And as rescue and recovery efforts continue, Governor Ivey is asking people to be patient. More power crews are being sent out today. The National Guard has 5 water evacuation teams in Baldwin County making rescues as needed. Due to severe flooding, officials are asking people not to drive through standing water. Governor Ivey also urging people to call 911, but only for emergencies.
Let me urge you to only use 911 if you're facing a life-threatening circumstance. We must prioritize our requests to the most critical needs.
Governor Ivey also urging people to stay home until roads are cleared and power is restored.